As always, we always like to ask if you have any questions that you want to ask before we get started in the night Bible study. We'll take it if you have any question that you want to ask. Anybody got any questions? Get everybody straight. Well, what we'll do tonight, let's go back to 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter. We got about 6 verses. We're going to close that out. And then we're going to move on to some other things that we'll be get into tonight. But we want to go back to 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter. I don't know exactly what evangelist Bible minister from last week. I don't know. Did he get back into this?
Yeah,
He did?
Yeah.
How far did he go?
9 through 15.
9 through 15?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Okay, 9 through 15 you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we'll do, because that's actually the 16th verse, pretty much wrap it up, what we've been sharing anyway, what he's been sharing. But what we'll do is jump on down to the 17th verse, and we'll go all the way to 25, and then we'll move into some other things. But let's go into the 17th and the 18th verse. Let's start off with that. He said, let the elder that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. For the scripture has said, thou shalt not murder the ox that tread out the corn. What is that saying? Thou shalt not murder the ox that tread out the corn. That's 17, 18 verse. Let the elder that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially those that labor in the word and doctrine. Just that one, then we'll go to this 18 verse. What did that say in that 17 verse?
Pretty much saying, give leaders honor and support and appreciate, what they are doing and give honor, I guess whatever words that would give honor what honor is due, and support them, and if they're doing right,
Okay. Okay. I'm in agreement with that.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody want to bring in that 17 verse? So let the elder that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they that labor in the words and doctrines. You're absolutely right what you're saying. Anybody's got anything that you want to add to that? What's the translation is saying? Who got another translation? What is it saying?
I don't have a translation, but I have it in a little order. It says, faithful, diligent church leaders should be supported and appreciated. Too often they are target for criticism because the congregation have unrealistic expectation. How do you treat your leaders? Do you enjoy finding faults, or do you show your appreciation? Do they receive enough financial support to allow them to live without worry and provide for the needs of their family? Jesus and Paul emphasize the importance of supporting ministers who lead and teach us. And It's in, I guess, in Galatians 6, the thing at Galatians 6:6, and Luke 10:7, and 1 Corinthians 9:4-10.
Okay. Okay. All right. In other words, what you're saying, that teachers that are really teaching the word, they should be supported. That's what you're saying. They don't need to be talked down, scandalized, and stuff like that. That's what you're saying. That's exactly right. He said, let the elder that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially those that labor in the word and doctrine. To be honest with you, you just can't go anywhere now. All the time bring it out. You can't go anywhere now and get the truth, the gospel. You can't go just anywhere. And this is why Paul is saying, he said, you know, we need to respect them. We need to give them respect. Okay, anything else anybody can see? For people that, you know, for people that listen to people, if you got a pastor that's teaching you the word, and for somebody to come up to you, especially not in the church, it happens all the time coming in the church. They're not even in the church, but they started running the pastor down. They started running the leaders down. And not even part of the church. And people said that they listen to that kind of stuff. And a lot of times it brings about confusion. Because what they do, they actually don't know what's going on in the church, what you feed to them.
That's right.
So this is why they say we should honor our elders. I oftentimes say this here. The most important person in your life is the one watching over your soul, according to the scripture. Not the president, not the government. He said the one watch over your soul. And according to the Hebrew, I think the 6th chapter, Paul said the pastor watch over your soul. Do everybody agree with that? So there shouldn't be no gospel going on in the church, you know, about the pastor ain't doing this, pastor ain't doing that, all that kind of stuff. No, you're supposed to honor that. How many agree with that?
Amen.
He said, especially they that labor in the word and in doctrine, in other words, in teaching and preaching the word. Amen?
Amen.
Okay, anything else, we move up to the next one. Anything else anybody want to bring out in there? 18th verse. For the scripture say that thou should not mother the ox that treads out the corn, and the labor is worthy of his reward. What is that saying?
Guess saying I'm putting it over the mouth, you know, you put some over some mouth and they can't get that now. I guess that's what it's saying. A mother, don't put a guard over a mother over when they can, you know, do what they're called to do.
Okay.
This scripture, I don't talk with this with a lot of people. I haven't bothered with you sometimes personally, one-on-one conversation I had with you. And this is the big problem when you got like younger ministers or they're beginning out in the ministry and they feel like they done surpassed who they be under. Or they might go to another church and been up under somebody else, but they feel like they know more than the one that's over the head of them. And they start saying that they too old, or we're not doing this anymore. We need to change how we're doing it. You know, we got to reach people, but that's not reaching them. So we can switch up to this and then try to sit them down and try to make them be quiet. You know, this is what they're saying. Don't muzzle them. Don't muzzle them, because nowhere in the Bible I've seen where anybody retired from ministry. It's not a 9-to-5 job.
No.
When you say God called you to be a minister, this is until you die.
That's right.
This is until you die. So if somebody that's able to minister or speaking the truth, and there's a leader, he said don't muzzle them up. You know, let them go ahead and like the ox, you know, do the corn and they go out there and plow. If that ox still healthy, they don't care how old that ox is. If that ox still can plow that corn, what they gonna use? They're gonna use the strongest ox out there. And usually the strongest is the oldest. You know, so that's basically the saying. But this, he was telling Timothy, you know, even when the experience you got, don't hush up the elders that's before you. Because without their knowledge and wisdom and what they've been through, their experience, you end up following yourself in the trap.
That's exactly right. You're right. And it go right back to the next verse, to that 17th verse we were just talking about what you're saying, it go right back to them. That's what you're saying. He said the elder, don't mother the elders. Don't mother. That's what he said. Thou shalt not mother them. Thou shalt not mother. The scripture said, thou shalt not mother the ox that treads out the corn. He's talking about the pastor or teacher in the church. Don't mother them. You're absolutely right. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday. And he was saying something pretty much some of the same thing that we're saying now. He said, I don't understand. He said, a lot of the young generation, they think because they got a lot of book knowledge, that the older people can't tell them nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the gentleman said. Yeah, he's kind of older gentleman. He's not quite as old. I think he's about 61, something like that. He said, what did happen to this generation? What did happen to this generation right here? That they think because they got book learning, we can't tell them nothing.
Yep.
So I'm saying, same thing that you see right there, same thing Rochelle is saying. I agree with that. He said, we don't mother them. Thou should not, in the scripture it said, thou should mother the ox that treads out the corn, and the labor is worthy of his reward. We in 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter, 1 Timothy. The 17 and 18 verse.
Yeah, that the elder, that root will be kind of well of double honor. That means that the root, the elder that God has called to be over congregation, said when they do it well, that it be worth of double honor. I mean, because they have gotten to the place where they keep their people in line with the word of God. And when they keep them in line like that, they worth of double honor. You know, God said give honor to honor who's due. But he said, if they rule well, that means one that he in control and he got the people in control. He said he was a devil.
Okay. Okay. All right. In the 18th verse, we're just sliding down to that 18th verse, then we're going to keep on going. Remaining about Sister Worship brought a good point. He said, for the scripture has said, thou shalt not mother the ox that treads out the corn, and the labor is worthy of his reward. We're going to let remain. What you saying about them? Let's worship, then we'll move on.
I'm saying that was wrong with the young ministers that's coming up. You know, they think that they got enough, but they supersede who they was under.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel like, you know, that they got a better way or a new way for the ministry to go forth. And they feel like who they was under is too old. You know, they're old school and they don't know what's going on, what's hip, what's not hip. And they want them to sit them down and make them be quiet, you know, before they go on. But that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says as long as they can minister the word, and as long as they got strength and they're bringing in people, you know, let them minister, let them do it. Because this is not a 9-to-5 job. This is your calling. A person calling them is always to death. Nowhere in the Bible have I seen anybody retired that say they're not ministers. Once you say you're a minister, you got to do that until your last breath.
I don't know why people, they often time ask me that, you know, you still preaching? I'm like, what am I supposed to do, retire? Retire preacher ain't read nowhere you say, you know, you just retire. That's one job you don't retire. And what you were saying about us, worship then we
That was, and by like if you like ox, you don't mother, to put no mother on their mouth. It's like when people tell the truth, you don't mother their mouth to keep them speaking the truth. You know, because a lot of times people try to put a mother over your the ministers, the preacher's mouth, so they won't preach the truth. That's why a lot of preachers have to leave churches now. I'm gonna add that too, but a lot of preachers, because I be hearing them be talking in Waffle House, a lot of girls, the girl be telling me about a lot of preachers be leaving, because people don't want to hear them. Bitch, like, you don't say that, and they put mother on their mouth, so they can't speak what God ordained them to speak, so they put a mother on their mouth, so they can just speak what they want them to speak, like put a guard on their mouth to keep them from speaking. But it's a lot of that, people don't wanna hear the truth. And they don't want the preachers to tell the truth.
That's the same.
And they will kick them out of church if they, you know, like, that be appointed you.
You're absolutely right. Okay, Ms. Spies, you
And
got that?
it's so true because he just used this illustration here about a natural art, but he was talking about the men and women that give the word. And then people be trying to shut the mouth of the ministry. Because what they trying to do is, it goes back to what Lee said. It says, some people think they got more knowledgeable things, they try to shut the mouth of the older one. And try to make us sit back like we don't know nothing. But God said not to do that. He said, don't tread. He said, thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of God. Don't try to muzzle the man of God's mouth when the man of God gives you the truth. If you don't want the truth, you know, you just got to go with the folk that want it. That's what I say, but you know, if you want the truth, don't try to muzzle the mouth. It goes further than that. It's just like in a praise service. People got a knock and just trying to shut praise services down. They try to muzzle the mouth of the church and tell the truth of the fact is. Because they don't want truth. But if truth, you know, if you honor of your label, if you're worthy of being honored for your label, if you don't get it out, somebody shut you down, how you gonna get it, be worthy of it? And see, it's a lot of times, men and women do have to leave places because they can't preach the truth. I say it like this, I think a preacher would be very sorrowful when he stay in a place and he knows the truth and can't preach it.
That's right.
You're right. Absolutely right.
And see, that's what's going on in a lot of churches. It ain't that these preachers don't know the truth.
You're right.
They know the truth, but they can't preach the truth because of the people. But if you're going to do that, then you're going to take a whole lot of people going to be lost. Tell them the truth. If they leave, fine. Tell them the truth, you have to leave running.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Your doctor, anything you want to bring on?
I agree with everything that has been said. And truly say, for the scripture said, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that tread out the corn, and the laborer is worthy of his reward. And like everybody's saying is, you know, y'all consider, the minister consider the ox that tread out the word of God. You know, tread out the corn, the work, that's to eat from, the corn eat. But like you say, a lot of organizations tell their minister what they can preach and what they cannot preach. And a lot of them go with that. They consider it as a job for man, that they'll keep their job with man, not considering what God said. We got to preach the word if it calls out a lot. If they put you out, go where God wants you to go. You know, and so it would put a lot of fear in ministries. You know, even in the congregation, they stop preachers from preaching what God said, what thus said the Lord. And so they go along with that. So they're not giving the whole counsel of God because they can. They can do it, but they won't do it because they're afraid of man's face and what they say instead of fearing God and what God said.
You're absolutely right. I think too, well, we know for a fact, we in the last day, and it goes back to what Paul told Timothy. He said, the time will come. He said, men won't want to do a soundbite.
Yes.
Right.
He said, they won't want. He said, but after their own luxury, the heathens themselves teaching, having itch and nail.
That's
They should
right.
turn their ears away from the truth and should
Yes.
seek out the favor. We're in there right now. They don't want it. They'll shut you down. There's some places, people might not be, there's some places, government already get them what they can preach, what they can't preach. You can't preach on that now.
Yeah.
Especially this out here in California. We went to a meeting, Bishop Byron was there. And all the time I thought about that, I heard Dr. Price say this year. He said, I think the total wife said, I'll give you $1,000. You can tell the last time you hear people talking about hell on TV. I said, when you hear the word hell on TV, when the last time you hear it? You don't hear it. You know why? It's in here. I'll tell you why they're going to say it, because people don't want to hear that. They want to hear something that's going to tickle them. They want to hear something that's going to make them feel good.
Right.
But ain't helping them. That mother, I go with Bishop, but you ask, it ain't because they don't know the truth. They just scared to preach the truth. I wouldn't to be honest with you, I wouldn't have a church where I could preach the truth. I wouldn't have it. I liked it, New Independent, those people treated me real well. I was there for 3 years, didn't have no problem with them. But I knew the time was coming. Well, actually, they weren't really going to receive this shit. I really believe that. And I know when the Spirit of God was giving me an unction, say your time is up. I knew the time to leave. If I had stayed on there, I would want to shut down and preach what those people want to hear. You mother them. That's the time we're in right now. You cannot preach. You can't preach anything now. It's not, I guess you'd say it's not famous now to preach about holiness.
That's right.
Because everybody think you're holy.
Well, the one ain't holy don't want to hear about it no way. Don't tell me he ain't holy.
Nope.
They don't want to hear about sanctification. They don't want to hear nothing about that. The only thing they want to hear about is something going to make them feel good.
Money.
Prosperity. The only thing they want to hear about is prosperity.
Prosperity. Prosperity. Okay.
I would feel bad for a minister who knows the truth, but don't want to speak the truth. And then when Jesus returned, and they see the people that walk by them that really didn't know the truth, and tell that pastor, why didn't you tell me this? Why did you, if you knew this, why you didn't tell me this? That would be a hurtful thing, to say that, to have that much burden if you know the truth and don't preach the truth. That's why I say you need more powers out here. Paul didn't, you need more Johns. You need more people that really understand, don't care how people talk about it. Just preach the word.
Okay, we seen the film. Y'all probably can't remember this been years ago. I don't know where you want to show it at. Thank you. I don't even know where we even seen it at. But they were saying the same thing you were saying. Say when God started condemning people because they was up on a false teacher, and the people started pointing fingers at the preacher, why you didn't tell me? Say, what the preacher gonna tell them? You had a Bible just like I did. So you had a Bible just like I did. He knew he was preaching for money. And he figured if you know the truth, you wouldn't stay here. Do y'all remember that? So you had a Bible just like me. That's what I tell people. Don't set up on somebody that you know does not speaking the truth. Don't set up on. Because God not going to hold that pastor. Because then he going to hold him too, but you too.
Get worse than yeah. There's some people that really just don't know. They hungry. They're earning for something. And you got preachers that'll preach. Some preach prosperity, which it's good to have some, but that's all you hear. And they'll have the congregation give all that they have. They have nothing. They ride around in Benz and nice houses, which is nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But if it's not equally disputed through the church, you got people that think, they get divorced because they're saying, well, your faith wasn't in the riches. That's why we're going through this, because you didn't give enough, to the church, or you won't support the church that much. And this, this is really tearing marriages up, friendships up.
That's right.
Just because this type of teaching.
That's right. But ain't it real strange today? It seems like the gospel has shifted.
Yeah.
If you look at the front church, they were being persecuted. They give preachers the key to the city. They gave them, they have a big honor for them. I'm talking about not so much, not all with the church. Sometimes natural people. I know, like I said, I ain't got nothing, I ain't talking down. I'm just telling you, what I seen. I was down in Columbia, and the man down there gave cripple a key to the city.
Sure did.
What you did?
Out there.
A key to the city. What you find in the Bible that anybody got a key to the city? They got locked up and throw the key away.
Yeah.
But they gave him a key to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today it seems like the gospel done shift. It seems like now it's entertainment now.
Yeah.
More or less.
People want to be entertained. If they don't be entertained, they ain't coming. But it don't bother me because I know what kind of time we're in. He said these days was gonna happen. People's gonna go after churches that just tickle their ears. You know, I was looking at a tape, I guess about 2 weeks ago, and Joel Osteen was on that preaching. And this preacher got up, I got it, it's on tape, he got up. He hold his Bible up and told Joel Osteen, you was a false teacher, what you teaching, you ain't teaching these people the truth. He went on and on, and a bunch of men come and I don't get into that, I'll get to it when I saw him. I didn't get anybody down the so they excluded him out the church, but he had the Bible said, you're not teaching these people the truth. Yeah, we got to be very careful, because I'm going to be honest with you, the devil is very clever.
Yeah.
The devil wants you to go along with people.
Shoulder,
Just to keep a congregation.
shoulder.
So I'm saying, some people, there's some things preachers will not preach.
Yeah.
They're Muslim. And they're going to be held responsible. Okay, Doctor.
And to Bishop, a lot of people do not know in most general churches, they don't know about rapture, they don't know about the Holy, they don't really don't know about speaking in tongues,
right.
the Holy Spirit, they don't know of Christ, when Christ coming back. They're not taught none of that. So how they gonna know what to do? A lot of them don't know for real whether they actually go to heaven or not. They speculating by they do.
Right.
They do well, they treat people well and all this stuff, but they truly not been taught the true blood of Christ, the cross, real salvation. And Christ is coming back. There is going to be, whether we be here or not, there is going to be a rapture. It's speaking in tongues is for the whole body all over the nation, all over the country, but they won't accept it. And the people don't know, especially the elderly people.
That's right. That's right. Teaching, they're not teaching the full counsel. They're not teaching it. And you can get up and you can preach something. It can be in the Bible. It can be in the Bible. But if it don't sit well with their flesh, the first thing they say, you judge. That's the first thing they say, that you judge.
Yeah, that's right.
See, that is a spirit that want to mother your mind. Well, you shouldn't say it because people say you judge. Only God can judge. We can judge too. If it's lining with the word, we can judge. Do everybody see that?
Yeah.
So that's what he's saying when he said that the scripture says that thou shalt not mother the ox that tread out the corn and the labor is worthy of his reward. Anything else anybody want to bring out on that? You know, when I was coming up, I heard preaching. And to be honest, it convicted me.
Yes.
I wasn't living right, but I know what he was saying was true.
Yes.
It convicted me.
Yes.
I left out thinking about that thing. I never forget a young preacher came in Prime, this was years ago, probably about 25, maybe longer than that, because he came in one evening and he preached. And I'm being honest with you, what he preached, I mean, he convicted me. I was studying about living right. Still didn't live right after he got through preaching. But I had conviction.
Yeah.
Now, there's no conviction.
Nope.
You see, there ain't no conviction now. So people that come to the church, they make it what the preacher preach. They can live any kind of way, they leave by comfort. No conviction. And that's sad.
They get that from a scripture. They misquote that scripture that's in the Bible. What it say, in Christ there is no condemnation. That's the scripture that they use.
Romans 8:1.
Yeah, that's the scripture that they twist around. But that's not what that scripture is.
No. No, Romans 8:1.
Yeah.
There's not no condemnation.
That's what they
in Christ
use, so
Jesus.
they won't be condemned. Yeah, that's the scripture that they use.
Like John told them, without Christ, you're already condemned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why that scripture very cold. He said, them that in Christ.
That's fine.
See, people think that because they're in the church, a lot of folks in the church are not in Christ.
That's right.
He said there's now no condemnation, them that are in Christ.
That's right.
See, not that, so people feel, well, I'm in Christ. I hope we get into some other stuff that I want to get into tonight too. I hope we can. But that's what they think, well, I'm in Christ, there's no condemnation. I'm going to put it this way, I'm going to let it alone. If you're in sin, you condemn. If you're in sin, you condemn. But that's what it is, talking about Romans 8. That's what people use.
That scripture a whole lot.
Yeah. And they make people up that don't know the word damnation. Well, there ain't no condemnation, because you know, you say you're in Christ, there's no condemnation. If you are in Christ, there's no condemnation. But if you're not in Christ, you condemn. Okay, let's go to the 19th verse. Against an elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. Then, well, we read that, then we come back to it, because they're two different things, though. He said, against the elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. What did that say?
Basically saying don't blame an elder for something that just you seen with your own eyes. Make sure you have witnesses that was around you.
Right?
The Bible God said, don't listen to complaints against the elder unless it's 2 or 3 witnesses.
Okay.
You go for a
Said,
week.
if you don't know nothing about it, don't listen to that. Because people tell lies on folks.
Yep, sure do.
There's a whole bunch
Sure will.
We talked about that last Thursday.
Yeah.
You can take one lie.
One
Lie. That's how a lot of these wars got started out. One lie. They only take one lie. We talk about them girls that the Black Witch tribe. A whole village almost got destroyed because of them little girls, one little lie. But they were calling people witches.
You know what the scripture say about it? He said one sin can destroy much good.
Yes, it is.
One sin, don't take a bunch of them. He said one sin can destroy much good.
Yeah.
You know what? You can, Bishop Byron, myself, Dr. Adam, you know, we done been in Christ a long time. All we got to do is do one sin.
One sin.
And your whole reputation goes down the drain.
That's
They
right.
forget about everything you done did. They start to concentrate on that one sin that
One
you done
sin,
did.
one.
So that was Solomon said, one sin can destroy much good.
Yeah.
Don't let them live the whole month.
That's exactly right. One of them.
Let the whole month.
That's right. Okay, Doctor, I'm saying you hang up for what you're saying. Would you hang up? Okay. But that's what he's saying. He said we should, if you ain't got proof, you ain't got no business saying nothing about it.
That's right.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah, you heard. Ain't saying nothing.
that's right. But see, when people do a thing like that, they already. That's why I went last Thursday. Because me and Bishop Bobby went to a meeting that Wednesday night. Then that Thursday night, see, I think 3 years ago, when I ended up in the hospital, it's come from almost like I'm doing that with that conference. Well, I've been not going that Thursday, but I'm all right.
Amen, you are.
Yeah, I'm all right. But do everybody see that? Against the elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. In other words, don't be saying stuff you don't know what you're talking about.
That's right.
That's what he's saying, right? That's what he's saying there. What I heard, well, that ain't got nothing to do if you didn't see it.
Heard and knowing is two different things.
Huh?
Heard and knowing is two different things.
That's exactly right. That's right. Do everybody see that?
Amen.
Okay, Doctor.
And that was a custom in the Old Testament. You know, you had to have 2 or 3 witnesses
That's right.
for you or against you. And that's the way they did Jesus. You know, they came up with 2 or 3 false witnesses. The witness against him, you know, that helped to cause him to be crucified.
That's right.
You know, so take one person, but you get 2 or 3 in a bunch together, and I can tell a lot on you, and it don't even be the truth, but because I'm a part of this congregation,
That's right.
I shouldn't be telling the truth, and I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what I'm talking about, so people can destroy your life by what you say. People will believe what the child said against their parent because they live in the house.
That's right.
You know, people lives been destroyed, people been killed just because of that. And somebody said, yeah, I know because they told me and I was there, nowhere around. So we have to be careful of what we witness against another person.
That's right. That's right. You're right, because you can mess people's lives up. You know, and they ain't got to be true.
That's right.
Okay, Bishop.
Say, church leaders are not exempt from sin, fault, and mistake, but they are often criticized for the wrong reason.
Right.
I think if a member in the church, we're looking at the neighborhood, we're looking at two different things here too though. If a member in the church, if they have sinned, we shouldn't just blab it out over the church.
No.
We should get with them
Yeah,
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
and talk with them private.
yeah.
You know, don't get behind the pulpit and start blabbing away. You did, even though they don't understand,
Yeah,
you still should blab it out of the pulpit.
yeah.
You should get with them and, you know, talk to them. Because again, you can mess people's lives, make people's lives.
That's right.
Sure did.
You everybody see what I'm saying? But well, we won't get into it, but I know they don't quite do it now, but years ago, if a girl, if she got pregnant and she was married, they would bring her to the church.
Sure did.
Especially the Baptist. They would bring you up in front of the church
Yeah.
and make you confess your sin before you really could be a part of that church.
Yeah,
Right.
But they didn't mess with the man. They already bought the woman.
It sure
that's
is.
it, man. Fair.
And that's strange. That shit, you know, that
Yeah.
woman got pregnant by herself. Huh?
Bring her right up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a cousin, they brought her up one time. They brought her up the first time. They accepted her back. The second time, they didn't want to accept her back.
They would.
They didn't want to.
It's some church to put the folks out. Now,
What about their sin, they're sitting back for sin?
They don't see that.
They going by that scripture where it say, if you and the brother have fault, talk amongst your brother one-on-one to see that you have warned them. But if that don't work, take them to a leader of the church. And if that still don't work, you know, bring them in front of the whole congregation. If that don't work, cast them out like there's a tax collection.
That's probably, yeah. But the
That's
thing
it.
of it, but the thing of it is, you know what? They skipped all that first part you talking about.
I know they did, yeah.
And they went straight to the church.
But you know, Paul warned you from doing it. He said, if you go, this is what he's saying, make sure you go in the spirit. You know, there are people, they go not to win the person back, they go show them all their fault. They already know what they done done.
Yeah.
But Paul said, you know, if you know, those that are spirit, restore such a one back.
That's
If
it,
you're spiritual, don't go with, you going with fault.
that's
It
it.
was kind of like Job's three friends came to him. They didn't come to comfort him.
Sure did.
No.
They didn't come. They said that 3 days, and then they owed him out. And one say, Job, sure you done did something. So God won't punish you like that. You done did something. There was no comfort.
No.
Job, 3 friends went there to condemn Job, not to help him, to condemn him. They started finding fault with Job. You know, this, that went on. That, you know, that what happened. You know, God will be bringing all this stuff up on you if you ever did something. But you got to know how to go to people. You know, to win them back. Because you talk to some people. I've had a person to lead the church, and the reason why they say they left, because of what a person said to them. They left the church. Talked to them later on, they told me exactly why they left. But that's not your, if you're not going to try to win them back, just don't say no.
Yeah.
Do everybody follow what I'm saying? So that's what he said right here. That's what he's saying. Now look, William, 1 Timothy 5th chapter.
Can I say this with you? Jesus settled it all when they threw that woman down before Jesus that had committed adultery, like they say, didn't bring the man. But he settled it all when they tried to trap him. And he settled it all when he said, ye without sin, cast the first rock.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's right. And what happened to him?
They dropped his rock and walked away.
All of them left. That's all of them left. Now, he said, you would die sinning. You catch the first stone. To be honest with you, Jesus already knew. Whoever did, Jesus could start calling his sins out. He already, but the wisdom that Christ had, he put it this way. If you ain't never seen, you catch the first stone. But he already knew what they were doing.
Trying to trap.
I wished, but Scripture didn't say it. I wish they had been in the Scripture before he rolled on the ground. The Bible says he stooped down and rolled on the ground and lift himself up. And then he went back down and rolled on the ground, so he come up the second time. Well, so they start throwing the rock down. And they started leaving from the elders all the way down to the they left. They started something that he wrote on the ground. But when he came up and said, now you were down sin, catch the first stone. I'll tell you what I think is wrong. Can I tell you what I think?
Go ahead.
I think he started writing the Ten Commandments. I think he started writing the who could be found without thought in the Ten Commandments?
Nobody.
I think he started writing some of the Ten Commandments.
You might start writing their sins down.
He could have done that too.
Right now, they
done that
sin,
too.
adultery, you
He could've done
fornicate,
that too.
homosexual, all that. He probably right now, they were like, I'm dead right there. I gotta go.
I got to go.
You might be right. He might start saying, well, oh, Tom over here, you know, he was with Sue last night. Oh, John over here, he was in the gambling house. When he seen his name down the record, seen him putting in there, he may be called this out later. He started
He
calling
gonna
out.
cross that right.
Whatever it was, it caught their attention. But Jesus made a very profound statement now. This is what he said. He said, go and sin no more.
Right.
He said, at least there was a thing gonna come upon you. So he didn't dismiss from a sin now. He forgave him, but he let him know, you did sin. He said, go and sin no more. He said, at least there was a thing come upon you.
That's the part you don't want to hear, that latter part of it.
That's
They
exactly
cut it off when they say, you know, what the people wrote about.
Mhm.
But they don't want to hear that part. Just go sin no more. At least the worst thing, they don't want to hear that part of it.
Same thing he did with the man in the temple. He caught this man in the temple that had seen Jesus heal him. And he told him, he said, now you go and sin no more. So people don't want to hear that latter part, don't sin no more.
Yeah, you don't hear that part.
Let's go ahead on down to the 20th verse. Now, this is another interesting verse. He say, they that sin rebuke before all, that the others may learn to fear. What is he saying there?
Basically what y'all said about that, about them girls they used to bring up in front of the church. Well, we said it was wrong about doing it because they should have brought the male and the female up. But they're saying if they keep doing what they're doing, you know, if the ox ain't threading like he should, not preaching the word like he should, mistreating the members, you know, rebuking in front of everybody. Let you know that he's not doing what he's supposed to be. Or you're not doing what he called to do.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, anybody else? That's exactly right.
Basically what he said, it always sums up, because he said, keep on saying it, you know, rebuke them from all, that they'll have respect for God. And so we let them know right here and say, when it was anyone who sins will be rebuked in front of the whole church, so that others will have a proper fear of God.
Okay.
Mine reads,
But,
I'm
Bishop,
sorry.
wouldn't that be, it already been warned more than one time? It's been warned, and it, somebody, you know, in the church warned them and talked to them, and they listened. Then got 2 or 3 witnesses and went to them again, and they didn't listen. Then they have to be brought before the church.
That's right. That's right. What you saying?
Mine reads a little different, but it says, those who are sinning rebuke in the presence of all, that the rest also may fear. So basically they're saying that the ones that they are rebuking in front of everyone, they're using that as a fear in other people so they wouldn't do it.
Okay. You're absolutely right. What you're saying, if you rebuke one in the congregation with, you know, being in sin, that'll put fear in the rest and say, we do it, they're going to rebuke us too. But another way too, now, this may be a little hard for some people to accept. When you start talking about the elders, or you start talking about the elder or pastor or whatever. Now, if a pastor is messing up in the church see them messing up, you can rebuke that pastor. Because he's dealing with the elders too. You can rebuke him. Why? Because he's finna make the whole church up.
That's right.
See, you follow what I'm
I know
saying?
what you're saying.
If he messing up, you know he messing up. Perhaps the deacon can go to him and maybe talk to him or whatever. If he don't listen, they got the right to rebuke him before everybody. Because he's going to make the whole church up. He's an elder. He's a pastor. You have to rebuke him. Okay.
That's why it's very important, you know, for the ministers and the body of Christ. You know, people got this assumption that they don't need God's word anymore on how to keep code of conduct. The Bible strictly states the Old and the New Testament, New Scripture all the way through. It said, keep my statutes and my commandments.
Yeah.
You know, so you know how to rule well. You know, that's what's wrong with some churches now. They get rid of preachers because, like you said, they don't want to hear the truth. So they feel like they have the authority, you know, to get rid of the pastor. Or the pastor feel like that they can preach whatever they want to. They think they're right because they got no statutes that they're going by. They feel like, you know, that's in the old, you know. But Jesus, how can I put this? Before Jesus was born, the Mosaic law was only for a nation until the birth of Jesus. When Jesus was born, the sacrificial and all that was done away with. But his laws and his statutes, he said that what was wrote on the tablet will now be written on the tablets on your heart. That means that was the 10 that was on stone vanished away. We were married into a new covenant. Now it's our tablet, now it's on our hearts. That's God's statute. That's the way that he lived. He never did go out of that. And people think that they don't need that no more, and that's why all this confusion and stuff come in the church. They feel like they're smarter than God. They can decide what's right, and they can decide what's wrong. They can decide what scripture they can use and what scripture that they can exempt. So that's why I say this is very dangerous when it comes to this, because a lot of people got the exception that they can come up with. They smarter than God, but they can, you know, that's the same thing that got Adam and Eve in trouble. Instead of them keeping God one commandment, do not eat of that tree. They thought they were smart, you know, when Satan said, well, you should have died. You know, you become just like God. They felt that they were doing right, you know, like God was holding something back from them. And it caused all of us. And the same thing with it today. People taking the 10 out of the churches and, you know, saying we don't have to do that no more. That's the same trick Satan put on Eve and Adam. It can't save you, but keep on messing with it, it will send you to heaven.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Again, if we think we're going to get to, it's some things we get down to show you what you're saying back in the absolute truth. Because I want to do some shit in the night. Cool. What were you going to say? But you're right. You're right. You can't do what you want to do. You can't do, God has a standard. You can't live the way you want to live and not be saved. You can't do that. Even preacher can't. You got to hold preacher got to hold a standard. You can't. You just can't go and say what you want to say. I mean, I was listening at one other day. I guess, you know, he don't cuss. I mean, and the people didn't pay no attention. I mean, just normal. He just blabbed it out. Folk didn't pay no attention. I seen one, she was saying on the quiet. This is the truth. In curse. It didn't grab her mind. I'm thinking, that's in you. That's in you all the time. Again, people don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear this shit. You know, what we're talking about, people do not want to hear this shit. No. They don't like this shit because to them, it brings too much conviction. Don't convict me. And in the old covenant, up on the old covenant, they told the prophet, don't prophesy the right thing. We don't want to hear nothing about the right thing. The same thing going on today. Most people do not want to hear you to preach the full counsel of God. They want you to preach something that they will tickle their ears. Right. And they get rid of you. If you started preaching this year, I'm talking about preaching it, they will get rid of you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You won't stay there. So that's what he was saying. So in that 20th verse, you can rebuke an elder if he's wrong. He's over there saying it just won't come out of it. You have to rebuke him. That's what Paul said, because Paul really dealing with elders in the members. Do everybody see that? Let's go ahead on. The 21st verse. I charge thee therefore before God and the Lord Jesus Christ and the elected angel that thou observe these things without preferred one before another, doing nothing by partiality. That's another strong verse. What did that say? Who know what that's saying? That's a strong verse right there too.
I read what this Bible says?
Mhm.
I challenge you in front of God, Jesus is anointed, and his select heavenly messenger to keep these instructions and don't do anything out of favoritism.
Out of what?
Favoritism.
Favoritism. Okay. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else?
He said, I told you in front of God.
In the angel.
And
In the angel. I tell you something else he's saying too. It don't make no difference how much money you pay in the church. Everybody got to be treated just like without any partiality.
That's right.
You got churches. I'm not talking about new, but you got some places. If they can pay, I can pay for $300-400 a Sunday. They gonna be the pastor call their name every 10 minutes. That partiality. It don't make no difference what kind of car he drives. It don't make no difference what kind of house he live in. It don't make no difference what kind of jewelry he got. Paul said treat everybody equally.
Yes.
Without partiality. I tell people, I used to tell people, I go to your house, you invite me to your house, I go to your house, eat your pie, cake, chicken, all that. But I'm still gonna tell the truth.
That's right.
I'm not gonna be no partiality.
That's right.
That's what he said, without partiality. You got some people, I mean, the pastor favored them. They can do whatever they want to do, they won't say nothing.
That's right.
That means he done took sides.
That's exactly right. He said we should do without partiality.
That's right.
Because you can drive a fancy car, that ain't got nothing. You got to live right like everybody else.
That's right.
You got to do right like everybody else. That's what Paul's talking about too. Do everybody see that?
Amen.
That mess churches up too. That mess churches up because people can see when the pastor is favored. That shouldn't be in the church. Do everybody agree with that?
Yes.
He said without partiality. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Okay, I'm
And
talking.
the true bishop, I've experienced it. Since I've, been saved, even up, now, sometimes you got ministers that even believers, actually, certain people they in the church, they will not talk to.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they more higher than what they are. But if we all going to the same kingdom, how can you do that?
That's right.
And he talks about a man come in with not good clothes. And a man come in, he might not smell too good or dress good, and he gonna sit down at the front. But the usher will come and get him and tell him to move to the back and let the man who dress well, sit down there in the front. So it should not, no matter who come in the church, make sure there ain't no wrong, somebody dangerous. But we should treat everybody the same.
That's right.
No matter who come, whether they dress well, whether they not dress well, whether they can talk well or not. We should treat them the same. Because we're supposed to be all one in Christ. The believer ain't gonna, unbeliever ain't gonna stay if you don't treat them well. Especially we as the church. I seen a man come into church drunk, and the church people were laughing at him.
Yeah.
And I didn't find that right at all. If a drunk come in, let him come in and sit down, unless he's getting up fighting and disturbing the body. But he got to hear the word too. This is what the body of Christ for. Even if a prostitute come in, dressed the way she dressed, let her come in, let her sit down. You don't know what God will do in her life, in his life.
That's right.
This is what my Bible says. You're right. This is trust. He said, I solemnly command you in the presence of God and Jesus Christ in the high angel to obey these instructions without taking side or showing favor to anyone. He said, don't take side, huh? He said, don't take side or show favor to nobody.
Yeah.
This church, Kurt Franklin was going to, you might hear me say, Kurt Franklin was going to the church, things still go to it. I forget what his pastor was. But he had a chair, he saw him, he come in, he was sitting in the chair. He come in one, we took him on somebody else sitting in the chair. And he told the person, this is my chair. So the pastor told one person, that ain't your chair. Says anybody who can get that floor to sit in. See, he feel, I'm Kurt Franklin. You pull show parts out because I'm a singer. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. Listen, you just a member in the body of Christ. You ain't special.
That's right.
You're not special.
That's right.
But see, people like that, they want to be special. I'm a singer. I'm this. It doesn't matter. You just a member in the body of Christ. You ain't got no special seat for you.
That's right.
Then nobody gonna keep calling your name out every 10 minutes. Ain't nobody gonna get, huh?
I say, this is not on 5.
Yeah, they want you to call them because I'm this him. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Did what Paul is saying. Paul said you shouldn't do that. He said we don't take side or show prophet or show faith. You can't do that. But you know what Kurt Franklin said? Said Kurt Franklin got that piece. Said preacher told him, said, you know what? I'm glad you did that. He said because I thought when I come in, I could put more tail my way. So that's why I told him not in the church.
All right.
So not in the church right here. If you're gonna go along with people just keep them in the church, you got to be honest with you got to bow down to.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're right. You just got to tour the church.
That would trust me to bow down.
Huh?
That would word trust me to bow down.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. So we don't show parts out our favor to people that come
That's
into the
right,
church.
Bishop.
But they do.
That's right.
They do. But you're right. There's some pastors, they think they on level, what you were just saying. I can't talk to you.
That's right.
Sad.
That's how they think. I can't talk to you.
I can feel it when I get around and do it.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I hear. We'll move on. But we can't show parts out.
That's right.
Let's go to the next one. The 22nd verse. He said, "Lay hands certainly on no man, neither be partakers of any man's sin. Keep thyself pure." What did that say in the 22nd verse? Lay hands certainly on no man, neither be partaker of any man's sin. Keep thyself pure.
Lay hands suddenly on no man. And that's, I heard, and this is, people got a habit, because of their title or they feel like they're anointed, they just walk up to anybody and just put their hands on people. You don't know what kind of spirit that person got. And you saying, lay hands suddenly on no man. Unless you know that man, is a brother or sister in Christ, or you done seen the fruits that they done labored in or done bear. You just can't go around putting. You can't let everybody put their hands on you.
That's exactly right.
And lay hands on you.
That's right.
And it said, neither be partakers of another man's sin. Keep thyself pure. That means don't try to negotiate or justify that person and what they're in. Because you might be caught up in that thing with them too.
That's right. That's right. And see, or anybody else.
And
Okay,
too,
doctor.
it goes with that too, just because a man or woman come in here and say they're a man or woman of God, they're coming to go with that too. And say they're a man of God, you don't know nothing about them, where they come from, they say that. You're not supposed to take on that person.
That's right.
All of a sudden, you don't know if that person is sin. You don't know nothing about them. And so that goes with that too. What man said on that, people lay hands on you suddenly, and also don't take a person suddenly. The Bible says some men's sin are showed up now, but some men's sin ain't known until after they die. So we got to be careful who goes up in your pulpit.
That's right.
And who minister to your people. The people God give you to minister to, because they can mess up the whole church.
You're right. That's exactly what Timothy's talking about too. Paul telling Timothy about.
Okay, now, if you go back, now let's put it back to the side of the leader. He said, and if you're telling the pastor to don't be so hasty to lay hand on another man because he said he's been called a priest. He said, you got to be watchful of that. Because he said, never be in a hurry to appoint an elder. Never be in a hurry to appoint nobody to preach. Because they said they've been called, you got to wait this matter out. You got to make sure that you know these people, because they're gonna be a part of you, and they're gonna be ministering to your people more than they're gonna minister to other people. And so you got to know. The Bible said, know them that labor among you. So don't be in a hurry to lay your hand on them to ordain them to go out and do no work. And see, that's what a lot of people want. A lot of people want to hurry up and go do something. They want you to, whatever they got, say they got a car, they want you to hurry. They want to hurry up and get a license, they want to hurry up and get a thing.
That's right.
He said, do that, don't do that in such a hurry. Don't do that study. Let them sit down and be teachable to make sure that you know what spirit they have.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You're right. You're talking about leader. Don't lay hands to it. Put it on leader. 'Cause I tell you something about laying hands. Spirit can be transferred.
So,
You got to be very careful. Spirit can be, when you lay hands on somebody, that whatever that person got, if they ain't sin, it can be transferred to you.
yeah.
So you got to be very careful. Because I'm seeing now, and I know most of y'all know this shit now, you can go on the internet and get ordained license. You go on the internet and get any kind of license you want. There's some churches.
Married license,
Huh?
are they married license?
Right. All you got to do is send an extra amount of money. They'll send you the paper and say you are ordained member. Ain't nobody, they ain't been up under nobody.
That's right.
Just something money. And they say, well, you ordained apostle.
They
So,
doing it too.
huh?
They are really doing it.
They is. So you're right. That's why we can't jump up there, he come and tell me I'm apostle. You just lay hands on and put them over somebody. You can't do that. That's why Paul said, know them. They're labor money. You got to know these people.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of stuff going on, but what I see going on today is not lining up. So we got to be very careful. And I was amazed how I see thousands of people is sending in and getting an ordained license. Ain't been up under nobody. So that's a dangerous thing. So that's what Paul said. Don't lay hands on no man. You really talking about leaders, how you know we lay hands on people, send them out. So you got to be careful, don't do that.
Right. Cause I know one young man, I think he would have got him somebody that the cousin was joking in the world.
But they're coming famous now. I'll be honest with you. They think they're cute. See, this how the generation shift. Like I was telling you, I was talking to an elder gentleman yesterday, and he would say the same thing. So you got a lot of people, I think he's 60, so you got a lot of generations today because they got book now, they think they know more than you.
That's true.
They don't realize we already got the experience. What you trying to learn, we already know.
That's right.
And see, this generation today, they feel we got to do a new thing, like Bishop Bible said, we got to do a new thing. They ain't nothing new. If it's not like it ain't new.
Right.
They feel this is the only way we can win this generation. We got to do something new. If you're doing something outside of the will of God, if you're doing something outside of Scripture, it ain't nothing new. You just got to mix it on.
Yeah.
That's all you got. It's nothing new.
Preaching another Jesus, that's Paul said.
Yeah, which is not
Another
enough.
doctrine, yeah, he said preach another Jesus.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Mhm.
And also, that's what God means about, having the discernment of the Holy Spirit, especially for the head. And you always need to be praying for the head of the church too, that, to protect the body, and protect the sheep. And for you to know who is of God and who is not. And for us as believers, the body of Christ, we got to do the same thing. And then too, we got to protect, Bishop. We got to have prayer around him and, protect him too. Because a lot of spirit will come against him. And if we don't stand in the gap and pray and have the discernment of the spirit to, be a one-on-one with him, got to be one with him. So we all can know. And protect it because, sometimes they'll pull a person over in your church.
Yeah.
And put stuff in their head and have them thinking some other way than what they've been taught.
That's right. That's
So
right.
it's serious.
It's very serious. It's very serious. So we got to make sure that when people come in, we got to be able to discern.
Yes, Bishop.
Because I'm be honest with you, there's a lot of preachers today got people in their church, they don't know what, they don't know nothing about it.
Who they
They
are.
just there. They got people in the church, scouting out the church.
Show real
They're
Bishop.
scouting the church out, see what they can find out, they're not interested in church, see what they can find out, see what they can know, see what they can go back and tell you. They're not interested.
That's right.
That's the dangerous thing about these global ministries. They don't know who's sitting in their midst.
That's right.
They don't know.
Yeah.
So you better have some discernment.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Just like I'm, in the midst of a witch, And she was sitting in the pulpit in the church. And I went to a Bible study with my friend, you know, and I thought I heard a person. I was sitting right beside her. And was doing things that, you know, told us to break a stick, and we want to break things out of people's lives. But I knew the word say the Holy Spirit is the one, you know, and I didn't tell my friend. But when I got out of that day, I did not go back. And come to find out, she was exposed by a young person in their church that she was a witch and sat among the congregation. And she said she admitted that she was ever since she was 5 years old. Sitting among the pastor in the pulpit and the congregation.
But you know, for somebody, if you sit for a while, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you come into this church, I ain't got to know you. If you sit for a while, oh, I'm gonna know who you
That's
are.
right.
It ain't gonna take no years to find out. I'm gonna know exactly who you are. That's why when preacher come in here, and they ain't right. They stay a little while, and you still gone.
Yep.
They won't stay. No. Because they know they're gonna be fine. They will be exposed. They know. So they're not gonna stay. They run churches I call a watered down message. They run churches that preach that are weak and scared to confront people like that. Ken Hayden said, Ken Hayden said he was in one. And so he started walking down the aisle, preaching, said, got back next to the back, the woman in the back, she's a witch. And so he exposed her. So he told her, say, you're a witch. So he told her in the church. Said a woman said something, got him left out the church. People in the church, a lot of people in the church don't know who's standing in the midst. But I'm telling you, you got to be very careful because, to be honest with you, in these last days, the devil is sending up his best. I heard something a long time ago, and it's true. The devil said, if I can't beat you, I'll join. If I can't beat you, I just come in the church and I'll join. And that's what he's doing too. He's in the church. Anytime your mouth is mother, the devil's in the church. Anytime you can't preach the truth, it's in the church. If you notice something, a lot of these mega ministers, listen, certain things, they ain't think about preaching.
Jesus.
To be honest with you, like I hear, to be honest with you, what I'm hearing now, it seems like it's just an exalt ministry. Just exalt. To make everybody feel good, just exalt. Listen, there's a time to exalt.
Right.
There's a time to rebuke.
That's it.
That's right. It's a time for that. You can come, people cannot keep it, people cannot live around you just exalt them, exalt them. Exalt them, you know. It's just kind of like you eating, I would just say cake. You can't live on no cake.
You sure can.
I mean, it makes you good for a while. That ain't gonna last too long. You can't live off of it. I hear Brooke Holmes said a long time ago, he was talking about Geritol. He said Geritol, what Geritol does, when you take it's for whatever your body is taking in. Geritol for that, if I don't eat a whole lot of vegetables. So if I take Geritol, it's a substitute. He's Brooke Holmes said, but you can't live off that. You can try to live off Geritol and see what happens. You can't live off of it. And the same thing, you just can't keep exalting thinking people can live off that. Them people got to have some strong food.
That's right.
There's a time for certain things like that. Let's move on. Like I tell you, I had a shift tonight that I wanted to do. I think it was gonna be, but
Keep going, man. Kids ain't school anymore.
huh?
Right.
Let's go to the next one. The 23rd. He said, drink no long water and use a little wine for thy stomach's sake, and thy offering of ferment. Drink no long water and use a little wine for thy stomach's sake, and thy offering of ferment. Do you know what that's saying? What's it saying?
I had read this a long time ago when I first got saved. I thought it was like wine. But in the matter of fact, even in the Old Testament, like preachers and priests and stuff, they couldn't drink strong wine like everybody else. This wine right here is like grapes. It's just for the stomach, you know, to keep your stomach settled. You know, don't drink just water by itself. You know, the vitamin. This ain't talking about wine that with alcohol in it. You know,
That's right.
they're talking about wine, you know, like what we use for communion. It's juice, really juice, you know, don't drink water all the time. Line your stomach up, so for the infirmity that keep you healthy.
That's right. And actually what it really saying, it's a type of medicine.
Yeah.
See, that's what it's saying. See, my Bible says, don't drink only water. You ought to drink a little wine for your stomach, for the sake of your stomach, because you are sick so often. So it was a type of wine that they used for their stomach. Not they drink till you get drunk.
It wasn't that kind of wine.
No. You see what I'm saying? But when you really take time to really read it, when Paul, I think in the 2 Corinthians 11th chapter, when Paul, you know, when he was talking about the wine that we take, have you really got to understand what he was doing? When you get a chance to read it, it was a type of, Paul was rebuking those people, because they actually going to the church drinking wine until they got drunk. They would get drunk at the church. So you get a chance to check it out. You see, so this is why Paul used that, and that's why he at the end of it, he say that we should judge ourselves. Except you be judged. Then when he said, you coming in there, you drinking it, you know, you drinking it, and you not just earning the Lord's body. That's what he really was talking about, those people coming into the church drinking and getting drunk. And some people think that they think, well, you can drink wine, you know, wine's all right, yeah, if you sick. And you ain't got no alcohol in. Then they throw this stuff up to you. Well, Jesus went to a wedding, he turned water into wine, but it wasn't no alcohol. You can't get alcohol out of water, except you put it in.
That's what people don't understand.
Huh?
Matter of fact, I wish I knew it right too, because I was looking at that, 'cause a lot of people using it. I used to use it before I got saved. Well, God, Jesus turned water into wine. But the elder prophets and all the ones that was over like a certain type that had to do it, they was not allowed to drink strong wine. They had to drink another kind of like a different kind of wine. It wasn't strong. They wasn't allowed to get drunk. Matter of fact, that's how Noah got condemned, because he drank the wrong wine. That's why his son exactly did.
That's right.
He drank the wrong wine. He wasn't supposed to drink that wine. He drank something else that got him drunk, and that's what happened to put a curse on his son. But in the Old Testament, up to the New Testament, the wine that they was talking about wasn't the wine that people think it is. It was something different. It was medicine almost.
You're right. Okay,
It's it is unclear why Paul gave the advice to Timothy, perhaps containing water had to be Timothy in digestion. So he said he should stop drinking water only, whatever the reason the statement is, and not an invitation to overnight indulgence of alcohol. In other words, if he probably had so much trouble out of his stomach, he used some fruit juice.
That's one.
He needed working medicine.
so there,
No doubt he was getting constipated a whole lot.
so that's what Paul was saying too. You know, we drink a little wine, not with alcohol. But it's amazing. Even when we look at when Jesus turned the water into wine. See what's happening. This is what was going on. You know, when you look at when Jesus went to this wedding, he turned water into wine. See, when the people, when they ran out of wine, and so they went to Mary, paraphrase, they went to Mary and said, you know, can I paraphrase? Said, look at that's your son. I'm sure he can do miracles. You know, tell him we out of wine. So Mary went to Jesus and look at son, so we out of wine. Matter of fact, it was kind of like rebuke when Jesus told, say, my time ain't yet come. He kind of like rebuked her. But before his mother said, she went over and turned it into wine. He turned the water into wine. They started drinking it. They say, the king didn't know. He didn't know that Jesus had turned the water into wine. So he took the first sip of it. He said, who had back the best wine? That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Who? He said, this wine, practically this wine is better than the one that was given at first. And this is what they were going on. They gave you the good wine at first, and when everybody got drunk, they give you the bad wine because you can't tell no difference.
That's what he do.
They say you kept back the best for they say you kept back the best for the last. But remember, it was just water. Wasn't no alcohol, it was water. So people throw that thing, but Jesus turned water into wine. Wasn't no alcohol in that. But they couldn't tell no difference. Do everybody see that?
Yes.
Let's go on to the next one. Because we just about finished with this one. He said, some men's sins are open beforehand. Some before going before the judgment. And some men's they follow after. But see what it says, some men's sins are open beforehand, going before the judgment. And so, that's what you were just saying. And some men they follow after. What he's saying? What he said in that 24?
That goes back up to lay hands on the woman and son. You know, cause, like you say, some men's sins showed up, you know, right then. And then some men's sins is showed up after judgment. You know, comes home. That's why he said, God said, you know, don't be too quick. And for us not to be too quick to accept everything somebody say.
That's right.
You know, because you don't know you really don't know their life. That's why he say, know them that labor before us. Know them. We got to know them that we know you know, and so God said, know them that if you don't know them, don't let them, I mean, don't fall for they man. You just don't fall for what they say, because they say wrong.
And two is like the one on the end, they said gonna be revealed later. You get these jokers, get you to run behind them, and you going on and on and on, and then when they be revealed, you reveal too.
That's right.
Sure will.
That's right. Jamie told me, and the guy down here with Gold City told me, said pretty much the same thing Jamie said. He was telling us, I think last week. He said this guy would travel around with these top-notch preachers, travel around with them. So he went and picked up Jesse Duplantis. So I used to pick him up at the airport, Jesse Duplantis. He said, I come to find out, them means ain't what they say. That's what Jamie said. Said the guy wouldn't go to church now. They don't say he won't go to church. So Bishop Biden might know the guy that blowed his seed. You were what you when he was blowing his ear once in a while here crunch and stuff. But when he's on the outside, me and him got started. He said, I travel with Blue. He said, I travel with the men. He said, I find out. Don't mean what they say. He don't even go to church. James said that down in Columbia go. Now listen, for I'm concerned, I don't know nothing about it. I don't judge, but I don't know nothing about it. I'm just telling you what they told me. I don't know nothing about it. But when it goes back to what Dr. just said, go back to what Paul said. Know them that live among you. I'm not going to judge them because I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing bad to say about it because I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard. But again, you should trust somebody that you don't been around and know their life.
That's right.
That's what you should trust.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care who they bring in Great Father. I don't care how many members they got. I go Dr. Bishop Bowser,
Rochelle.
Malcolm Wayne. I let one of y'all lay hands on me. I don't know these people. I don't care if they got thousands following them. I don't know them. I know y'all. I know what kind of life they live. When I live, people think they do. This person laid hands on it. So what? Then again, it goes back to partiality. There are people that don't want the pastor to pray for a big man. Preacher can come and shout. You can't beat him getting in the line.
I'm telling you.
There's something wet with all.
That's true, man.
I mean, what they got, we ain't got.
That's right.
Holy Ghost is the Holy Ghost. Yeah.
There ain't no separate Holy Ghost. It ain't no, they got one Holy Ghost, we got another. We all got the same Holy Ghost.
That's right.
Do everybody follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be running behind me. Listen, them that feeding you, you know them, they lay their hands on you. There have been people, and we want to close that, there have been people went to the ministry, got hang laid on and got messed up.
Yeah.
Had to come back to the church, and then the pastor to pray for them. Do what I follow what we're saying? Know them that lives among you. The last one, what the last one is?
25.
That's the last one. Likewise also, good works of some are manifested beforehand, and they that are otherwise cannot be hid. What's that saying?
Mine's got the same is true regarding good works. Some are there for all to see, so they can brag about it. Other people's works can be inconspicuous, but at the final judgment, they cannot remain hidden. I mean, some do things where they can be seen, where they be notified, about what they're doing. And some people that does stuff that don't nobody know until at the end, to the return of Jesus. That's the same thing about the 24th verse. He says some people's sins are clearly on display before the world. They leave you wait to the final judgment. That means, people know they sinning, and they still fall.
That's right.
And they say, but it is not so easy with other people because they sins trail behind and don't catch up to them till later. Some people just can hide their sins pretty good. They act pretty good. But like I say, in the end, every knee gonna bow, every tongue gonna confess. You said something last Sunday that stuck in my heart. You can't hide from God.
You can't.
No matter what you do, you can't hide from Him. So basically, they're saying about their sin and your works. You gonna be some that got boast, they boast open for everybody to see just to get recognition, and you got some that does it, don't nobody really know, but in the end, everybody will get their reward for counting what they done.
That's right. That's right. Okay, Miss Miles.
It's in the same way, everyone knows how much good some people do. But there are others whose good deeds won't be known until later.
In other words, whatever you done, it gonna be manifested. It gonna show up. I don't know where my grandma used to get that from. She used to have a saying, and to the day I still don't know. She used to say, son, it don't make them what you do. She said, it's just like washing clothes. If it don't come out in the wash, it come out in the range. I don't know what she meant by that. She said, if it don't come out in the wash, it'll come out in the range. So sooner or later, it'll come out. Oh yeah. So we brought out, I think, we showed in the scripture, God knows what you're thinking. He know what you're gonna say before you gonna say it.
That's right.
So you can't hide. People think they're hiding, you ain't hiding. You just getting by. Just getting by, but you ain't here.
Time will tell.
What?
Oh, they used to say time will tell.
Time will tell.
Come on.
Praise God, brother. One thing about it, when you know the truth, you have no excuse.
Amen.
I tell people this year, we close it out. God's holding us. It don't make no difference what everybody else doing.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
There you go.
God's holding us responsible to get the truth out.
Amen.
That's right.
You see, we got to stand before God our own self.
Yeah.
We don't need people blood up on our behalf.
No.
That's why I don't care about going to a lot of church because a lot of times I know what people want to hear, and I'm not going to tell people what you want to hear.